Welcome to the start of the first week of my travel nursing contract. Here's me eating breakfast before going to my first day of orientation. It's been very interesting to say the least over the past 3 weeks as I'm doing this in retrospect. However, I'm having a great time now and I've just had to adjust to the way that things are done here because it is done differently. And I'll discuss what I mean by that later on in this video. Enjoy. Today was my second day of my contract and my first day on my own. I was in a lovely plastics list with a great surgeon, great anaesthetist, great team. Really great day in that regard. They are so short-staffed though. Like, I had to relieve myself for lunch. There wasn't heaps of time for that. I ended up doing overtime to finish the list and no one actually came to ask me whether I wanted to stay, which is fine. And yeah, I'm here for the money too, so that's fine. Loving it so far. I'm starting a YouTube for my travel nursing.
Oh my god, fun! So, yeah, what? And I guess you're used to this weather.
Going for my first run. It's like 5:15 and it's quite dark. Feeling like a little bit unsafe because people have said don't go like walking by yourself when it's dark, but it's the morning, not at night, so I feel like I'm gonna be okay. FYI, doing this in the morning, just having some time to myself, drinking my coffee in this morning sunlight is so important to start my day. I would like to pre-frame that no patients were harmed in the making of any of these videos and that this was actually me jamming out to some music and enjoying my time before we started our list. Here's me looking happy because I finally signed up to a gym here. Currently down at the river walk, walking along the river after my gym session after work, which has been so nice. It's been an interesting few days to say the least. A private hospital, I've experienced lots of short staffing, lack of communication between managerial roles, staff members, things like that. I found it flattering because on my second day I was also teaching someone how to do anaesthetics. So all in all, I've actually had 3 really fantastic days in theatre, 3 really good days with great surgeons, great anaesthetists. So I've had 3 really awesome days so far, so it's been really good. I'm really enjoying the different scenery Rockhampton has to offer with my walks along the river now to calm down after a shift. I've just finished a week of 5 days, which for me, I normally do about 3 to 4 days. So it's been a bit of a shock to my system. There's been, like, as with like learning anything new, just lots going through my mind. I've, was teaching someone the other day and just trying to know where things are. Today was a half day for me, so I finished at 12:30 and now oh my god, I look disheveled. You can tell I've really had a big week. We are going to go on a little spontaneous trip to one of the coastal towns. It's about 2.5 hours drive. And I'm going with some of the girls that I know that are also doing agency here. And I'm just so excited because it's just like the spontaneity and like the decision making, like let's do this and we all just go is like fantastic. Like that we're all just free and able to do that. And it's just fun. Yeah. So stay tuned. I'm not joking when I say to you, I had to just sit on my Coles bag because my seat was too hot. It's 37 degrees. I am only just surviving in this heat, only just, and I just woke up from a nap. Oh my god, so cute!
God, I'm so excited!
I've just driven about 2.5 hours and come to this glamping campsite to camp overnight at Agnes Waters. Really cute. So this is our little crib for the night. Love. Little fan. So I don't know about you guys, but I am a lover of sunrises and sunsets. They are just something else, something magical, a gift that we get every single day. I had a fairly good sleep in the Bell tent last night. We're about to go do park run for Agnes Waters, which we've never even been to the place, so that'll be cool. And then we're actually going to continue on and do about 16 k's today, so stay tuned. I think it'll be really great, and it's like semi-trail running, so right up my alley. the camp kitchen. Just gonna have a snack and a little bit of a coffee before we go do our run. Look at this guy. Ready? So we're on the second part of our run, and I am feeling like crap. I've got my period. I honestly am not as fit as these girls, I reckon. I haven't done long runs in ages because I've just wound back the exercise, and I'm dying. My heart rate's been like 190. So I said to them, please go ahead and don't wait for me, because I need to walk right now. And me in the past would never have done that, but now I'm like, there's just no need. I'm not training for anything specifically, so I don't need to do that. I'm almost at 13 Ks and I'm absolutely dying. This heat, I don't think I wore the right shoes. I think the pack's annoying me. My period, I think it's just everything. I'm just a little bit unfit too. So that's fine. Just wearing that, walking because it's okay. And I actually got like a little bit of an asthma wheeze at about 8 Ks. Just so odd for me, but yeah, I had to stop. So we finished our run and we've come to the lookout at 1770, and it is stunning. Absolutely beautiful. We're gonna eat some breakfast here and then we are going to go for a swim and have a little beach day. Eating breakfast after our little run, and such a nice view. Stunning. We've just had the best beach day, although I think it's safe to say that we're definitely sizzled. It was so nice to start the weekend on that after a big week of work for us, do you reckon?
Yep. First week for you, killed it.
Yeah.
And chill, zen.
Yeah.
Meal prep tomorrow.
I'm driving 2.5 hours back. And then some meal prep or some food shopping. And that'll be us done like a dinner. Back from our trip, it was fantastic. I felt like I lived a whole weekend in 24 hours. I am so burnt, if you can't already tell. So burnt. I don't think I haven't been this burnt in ages. Okay, we are doing an interval session this morning. Not gonna lie, I really died after yesterday's run, so this has actually been really nice. But this is Emma. Hello. She's one of my housemates. One of the people that's probably made me feel the most welcome here. And we have heaps of similar health and fitness values. So yeah, it's fab. So I thought I would show you, in this particular house, we get linen from the hospital across the road. So there's actually cleaners that come across and clean our house and like all of our laundry and things, so I don't have to do any like bedding laundry. I do my own laundry. And then in these cupboards they have bedding linen, so you can literally just get new linen for your bed in there. You know, it's not like anything extravagant, but it's still really good because it means I don't have to like wash bed sheets, which is just so nice. And the same thing with towels. Like there's down here, there's lots of towels, and then you just put your dirty linen there and they'll come and collect it. And like lots of the other things they've given to us too, you know, like washing up stuff, all sorts of things. So yeah, that's pretty good. The real question is, do I do hospital corners on my own bed? There are Sunday markets here, and I'm pretty sure they have fresh produce and spray-free organic stuff. So I'm gonna go and try and find it. So markets was a success. Got heaps of fruit and veg, but came to Coles and the like fruit and veg section, a lot of the meat is gone because of the cyclone recently. That's all my fruit and veg. Oh, and a slide stick for my chafing. Chocolate coconut water, fruit and veg water. Managed to get most things, so that's good. Look, left her sleep mask at the glamping place, so I got her a new one from Kmart just before. So let's see her reaction. I got you a present.
Oh, stop! Thank you.
Good morning. It is the start of week 2. I'm doing another 5 days this week, all up about full-time hours, 38 hours. We will see what this week has in store for me. I actually feel really well rested. Last week I felt really tired. Even on the weekend I felt really exhausted, but today I feel like energized and ready for the week. Take that attitude and run with it. Stay tuned.
That's a thingy.
This is me checking my anaesthetic machine before I start my list. This is one of the most important things of the day to do before we do any kind of anaesthetics or anything on anyone, and that's me priming my fluids. And then I went to the gym after work and had a really great workout. Just at the gym with Brooke doing a gym session right now. She's doing some full body and I decided to do a conditioning session, and there she is. Killing it. I signed up to World Gym here. They do like 6-week sign-ups, which is really good as well. Just got back from the gym and I quickly stopped at the shopping centre, and because of the cyclone, one of the shops on the weekend literally had like no groceries. It was like stripped bare, and someone said also they know that someone that works for Woolworths, potentially it might be out of stock for like 2 weeks. However, I went to Coles just before and it's fine. There's like meat, there's eggs, there's everything. I'm hoping that it stays that way and that it doesn't dry out and everyone goes like crazy, like, trusting that it will be fine and that I have enough. I definitely have enough food. I'm not going to go starving. If I starve a little bit, that probably wouldn't be the worst thing ever. Go for a little stroll for the evening. Spend a lot of time inside at work, and I only really go outside if I'm running or walking, which I haven't been walking outside very much, so I feel like I've been inside constantly in aircon, and I just feel like I need to get out and get outside, so I'm going to go for a little walk. This little dog looks lost. Hello, little puppy. Hello. Are you okay? Are you okay? Are you alright? Are you lost? His home was right there. Thought I'd adopted a dog for a second. So I'm walking down to the botanical gardens this time, and I did run through them on Sunday with Emma, but I didn't really get to like see the scenery because we were doing an interview session, so it was pretty hectic. So I'm going to walk back through there and actually enjoy it this time. There's actually a zoo here as well, which I'm not going to go to today, but I'll take you to it another time. You can hear the animals. Actually so green and luscious, really nice. Do you know what nature continues to teach me each and every single day is like how vast and different it can be in so many different environments, right? Because in different parts of Australia there are different types of plants for different environments, and they're all so beautiful and great, and everything has its own purpose in that ecosystem, very similar to humans. We are also different and unique and in our own environments as well, and we can adapt and change in our environments, and that's what nature does. And I just think it's great because it gives me a reminder, I would say, that we get to change and adapt to our environment and be different and unique as well. Like, I'm just looking at it all. It's fabulous. When I get on a walk, by the way, I get on a roll with like all these things that I want to say. So ideas just come flooding through to me because I'm in like flow state. So if you ever are stuck for ideas, go for a walk is my pro tip. And on that, if you work inside a lot, so like especially as nurses, and I've found here specifically because it's so hot, I've been spending time inside in the aircon, and then I actually haven't been going outside as much as I normally would on the Gold Coast. So I've just reminded myself today, even though like I worked for half the day and I was inside and then went to the gym inside, and I was like, okay, I actually need to get outside and go for a walk. Like I was craving being outside in the fresh air. So this is a reminder, if you're feeling a bit funny and you've been inside more than you usually would, or you're not sure but you are inside a lot, I would recommend going outside and walking. So to help regulate your nervous system, just by like looking around at your surroundings and not looking on your phone will actually help you regulate your nervous system. So pro tips, walking is queen for weight loss, regulation of metabolism, and regulation of your nervous system. Guys, there's emus. Can you listen to that sound? Hello. Hi. Almost finished my walk. I feel so much better after doing that, like a crazy amount better just by getting outside. Very underestimated for making you feel so much better after being inside all day. Perspective, clearing your head, spending time with yourself, getting in more of a regulated state before going home. So if you ever feel like you need some space before you go home, I think going home and then going for a walk just in your own time or with someone else would be very beneficial. Also, this is not some random person I'm yelling at. This is my housemate. I thought I would take you guys through a list of different skills that I have used while doing agency, while doing my first nursing travel contract doing agency. And these are things that are communication tools, mindset tools that are proving very, very useful. So if you're worried about, oh, like, you know, I'm scared because I'm going to a new place where I don't know anything, like there are going to be moments like that, but these are the tools that I use to get through those moments. First and foremost, please don't take things personally. If you are someone who takes things personally into heart, you're going to need to drop that because you're dealing with a lot of different personalities. You're dealing with a lot of different people and everyone has their own model of the world. So the way that you grow up is going to be different to someone else, and the way that you experience life is, say, through different lenses. So say someone has rose-colored glasses on and say yours are blue. That color has been shaped by the way that you've grown up. So that's the way that you see the world through your eyes. And therefore, if there's a situation that happens, the way that you perceive that situation is going to be totally different to the other person with the rose-colored glasses, purely based on what you've experienced, your values, everything. That is why different people react different ways. So it's never personal. It's always personal to you, personal to the other person, but don't take their reaction personal. And on that, try not to react to situations, rather respond in a regulated way. And sometimes that's just not possible because we are humans and we have emotions and things like that. However, learning to communicate in a way that's collaborative will help you to be able to better respond to a situation rather than react. If someone is reactive towards you, the great thing that I use is to remind them, like, what's the greater purpose that we're here for? Like, I just want to work with you. I'm trying to help. What solution would you suggest in order for me to be able to help in this situation and get the outcome that we want for the patient, for the health, etc. Huge one, you have to be willing to be flexible and adaptable in your practice. So many hospitals, states do things differently or regulated by the Australian Nursing and Midwifery Board of Australia. Yes, with those standards, and more specifically with theatre, the ACORN standards. And there are still ways of certain hospitals still do certain things, certain nurses do certain things a certain way. And the way that I see it is, when it comes to best practice, yes, there's best practice, but as long as it's not actually causing harm, someone might just not be aware that best practice has been changed. Because I don't know about you, but I don't particularly read newsletters about best practice. Maybe I should do that. And it's probably something that I can work on, and that's okay. And see, this is part of it, right? Is like the acceptance piece of going, okay, dropping the ego, and I'm not going to, and justify why I'm not doing that. It's like, okay, I can see where I can do better, and that's fine. On that though, stand up for yourself. As an agency nurse, as a travel nurse, you need to be able to stand up for yourself and your rights. So things like breaks, things like not being treated fairly, being spoken to a certain way, they are just things that I will not tolerate. It's nothing personal to anyone else, but it's my own standard for myself. And I show people that I won't be walked all over and I won't be treated poorly, basically. So it's like I am respectful and I'm also able to stand up for myself and be, I wouldn't say stern. Stern's not the word. It's just some people aren't used to some nurses being more outspoken, especially younger nurses. And what I have learned over time to get the outcomes that I want is that I need to actually speak up and speak my truth and my voice, be able to be adaptable and communicative with the response from the other person and work on a solution, but still holding my boundaries. Wherever you're working, and I understand not everyone's going to be working in some kind of emergency environment. However, if you have the opportunity to be exposed to emergency situations, to codes, whatever it be, put yourself in those emergency situations as much as you can, or speak to people and learn from it. Because when it comes to agency and travel nursing, you're pretty much on your own. You might get 5 minutes of orientation, you might get half a day. The thing is that when you do agency, you're expected to already be competent. And so the way that I looked at it was I went and got myself a lot of emergency and trauma experience. So I feel confident when I go to nursing contracts and agency contracts. The things that I need to know is like, where is my emergency airway equipment? And as long as I know that, I know I'm going to be safe, right? Really make sure you're putting yourself in those situations and environments where you know you're going to be able to become confident in emergency scenarios. Actually be open and willing to get to know people who are working at the hospital, especially if you're doing agency contracts. Like if you're doing an agency shift here and there, fair enough. But if you're doing a contract, you want to be open and communicating and trying to get to know the people that you're working with. Because if you're there for 6+ weeks, you're going to be working in close proximity with these people. Actually be interested and get to know those people is going to save you in the long run. Like it's going to create relationships, maybe even friendships. Get yourself out there even if it's uncomfortable.
And for his big
Aww. Celebrating with the music. Friday. Today was another great day, but it was a big day today. I was teaching again as well, and it's just a really flattering comment to be put with people who are learning anesthetics twice as an agency nurse, because I don't work in that hospital. I don't know everything about their hospital. Like if you ever teach students or anything or new people, it's a lot of mental capacity, because it's not only like you're not on autopilot, because you've got to explain everything that you're doing to the other person as to why you're doing those things. I wouldn't have it any other way, because I really like teaching, because I like the way that I teach, and I like to think that the way that I teach comes across as compassionate and also like helping people expand. So being supportive and equally pushing people a little bit to get them, like I'm a physical learner, so I need to know the why behind something, and I also need to like do it with my hands to get the muscle memory to remember why I'm doing that thing. And that's the way that I teach people, and I find that they really enjoy it, really like it, and feel like they've accomplished something. And so yeah, it's just been a really great couple of days. We're over hump day now, so happy hump day. A late shift tomorrow, and I am this is my first shift where I'm starting for an afternoon shift at 12:30. So I'm so excited, because I'm going to get the morning, I'm going to go for a run, I'm going to have a therapy session, and yeah, I'm just keen for a bit of like me time in the morning. So I'm going to read my book and then have a great sleep and get up in the morning for a run. Morning, it is about 6:30 and the sun's just rising, so having a coffee. I've had some banana, some coconut water, salt and creatine, and I'm gonna go for a run before it gets too sunny and too hot. A slower, low heart rate run today, so My heart rate has been getting quite high, so we'll see how I go. So nice. It is actually pretty good. That felt good. My heart rate stayed below 170 for most of the Ks up until the last couple maybe. So yeah, that was good. I just had a healing session with one of my, I call it an alternative therapist is the way I'll put it. It's very spiritual. I love it. Go into like past lives, soul contracts with people, and being in what my strengths are and what I came here on earth to do. Maybe you guys didn't expect me to put this in here. I feel like it's really a big part of me and who I am, and I have quite a few leadership qualities, and that makes a lot of sense to me about when I'm in an environment where I want everyone to feel included and I want to unify everybody and look at everyone as equal and on the same level. And it's been a bit conflicting being in that particular hospital. Sometimes in private hospitals, surgeons can get quite a hierarchy and be at that top of the hierarchy in those particular environments. So it's been interesting to witness like this conflict with authority a little bit, because it impacts my own authority, and what happens is I don't want to let that part of me go, because it feels like then I lose a part of myself. So it's much deeper. Anyway, I feel really good after my session, but I've just come outside to put my feet on the grass because it's important to ground myself, and I just want to be outside before I go into the hospital. I want to be outside as much as possible. So yeah, I'm just sitting out here. It's actually quite cool today, which is a nice change. And I've got a 12:30 till 6:30 shift today, so just like a short afternoon shift, which is awesome because I can do stuff in the morning and I'm not going to be home late. So yeah, it's going to be a nice little time. I had some eggs. So one of the ladies at work, she has chickens. She brought in some eggs for me. I've had some delicious eggs, kangaroo burger, some veggies, piece of toast, and some passion fruit. And then I'm going to have some lunch before I go to work. And yeah, I'm going to have a great day. Other thing I thought I would mention is I've been asked by quite a few agencies to come back, extend my contract. Do I want to go up to Mackay? And I've had a WA agency trying to onboard me as well. So it's just a reminder that like part of the belief systems is like we're never short of work as nurses, never. And so you're in high demand. People want you, and you hold the power. Right? It's a great place to be, and don't fall into that scarcity of like, oh, you need to decide right now. It's like they wanted me to decide yesterday when I was on the phone about taking another contract, and I was like, I actually need to see how I feel. I haven't made up my mind about if I want to stay here longer, and what I actually want to do after this, because a lot of the time I like to wait and see how I actually feel, and I don't want to be stuck in a decision. So yeah, I'm just taking my time looking at my options. I really want to go to WA. That's a big thing for me, so that would be my port of call. However, if I can stay here for a little bit longer, but my birthday's in May, so I don't want to be here for that. I want to be home with my people. So yeah, it's cool because it feels like, you know, everything is working out in my favor, of course, right? And it can work out in your favor too. Just going to go into a little bit more depth on my spiritual healing session and spirituality, because I feel that sometimes with people in the health sector, in the nursing sector, spirituality can seem really far removed. However, it's probably one of the biggest things that has helped me in that environment, helped me overcome fear of judgment from other people, conflict and everything like that. Spirituality to me is my own spirituality. So I have a belief in a higher power, so probably like universe, and for whatever religion there is a belief in a higher power of some sort, but what that really is a true belief within self. And when you can harness that belief within yourself, that's when the true power comes through. And think of it this way, is like a fabulous, I love this example because this is just so me. So think of a fabulous outfit, right? The outfit is nothing without you, the person. And so in order to work, you need to be present. You need to be believing in yourself that you can wear the outfit. Spirituality can be thought of as crystals and tarot cards and circles, sage, all of that stuff. Those things are the accessory pieces to the whole outfit and person as a whole. So the clothes, you can have the crystals, you can do the things, but it's nothing without you there at the core of it. And that's what's really important with self-spirituality, and that's why I like the way that I approach it, because it's not about witchy woo-woo things necessarily. It's more about what's within you and how you feel about you, how you believe in you, how you self-inquire about things and get curious about why it is the way that you do those things, and what gifts you have, what you want to share with people, what gets you passionate, what gets you up in the morning. Yeah, that's gone really deep again, and if you already watched my first video, you know that I go really deep sometimes, so I just felt like I had to say that. I've chilled for a little bit of the morning, I've just had some lunch, and then it is almost time for me to head to my shift. Short day done and finished with a beautiful sunset again. It's a full moon tonight also, so if you guys are feeling weird energy, just remember it's a full moon. Just the flexy way I get up here is hilarious. Oh my god, this was the best fruit and veg place with the little trolley look. We just came to check out the big fruit and veg market, and it's so much better than anything I've seen. Check out the size of one of these. Like, that's a peach. Oh my god. So I came home from the gym, had some breakfast, decided then I'm gonna go for a walk now outside, and then I'm gonna probably do some documents for another agency to try and get into WA for a contract there. Just going for my walk before I start work at 12. Come down here near the river because I just feel like I need to be by some kind of body of water, and that was actually reflected back to me with my therapist yesterday. So I'm really enjoying just listening to some country music. FYI, I'm a huge country music fan. Absolutely love Zach Bryan, Luke Combs, and a few others to say the least. So yeah, just gonna go for a little walk, get my vitamin D in the sunshine, be outside, and make my way back home. You guys can see, but there are so many dragonflies all around. I don't know if you can see them all flying. Sort of. They're cute. I just found this little hut lookout thing, which is really nice. Oh, this is very pretty actually. Very cute. $90 to $100 today on the fruit and veg store that I found. The quality is so much better than Woolies and Coles. I feel at peace with that. That's really good. And it helps, you know, to talk to people that you're working with, especially the locals, because they literally would tell you everything. Like yesterday, one of the ladies was like telling me all of these things to do, these shops, these markets, and she was just willing to do it. So be willing and open to receive that information and also ask, because look, I'm about to make some fresh salad, and I've got some coriander, some really good quality mint, some sprouts, spinach and rocket, and then my already prepped other stuff. And look at all my fruit in there. So I'm gonna be stocked for the week, baby. I'm just about to relax a little bit before going to work and do some stuff on my laptop. Put some incense on just while I'm laying here because I feel really calm when I put it on. I just want to show you, if you've ever used incense or seen someone use it, usually you have like a little thing and with like a bowl with a slot that you put the incense in. I don't have one of those, so I had to improvise. Please don't laugh at me. That's my sage stick and it's in, I put the incense inside that and so the plate will like catch it there. Just funny. These also smell really good. They smell like rose incense. They're so divine. Does anyone else do this when they're doing online learning? Note, the terms hazard and risk are not the same. A hazard is anything that has the... I asked to do a pick line before I left yesterday. And they were like, I still want you to get your afternoon penalties, so we'll keep you at 12, but the pick line starts at 12. So I'm going in like slightly earlier for my afternoon shift. I haven't done an afternoon yet, so don't really know what it's like. But really, how much different can it be to my normal afternoon shifts? I'm gonna have to take these out because they don't like me wearing jewelry. So I'm gonna have to take all of my jewelry off, that's okay. I'll see what this shift is like. We are about to go and embark on a journey of 17 kilometers this morning. So we're about to go and do 7. We're gonna go to parkrun and do 5 and then do another 5 after. Hopefully it goes better than last week. Just eaten a banana, a date and some coffee with some collagen powder in it. Coconut water, creatine and salt. So hopefully I should be nice and hydrated. See how I go. Walking to Brooke and we're going to meet her and then do 7. That was my idea yesterday because I'd honestly rather do 7 first and get that over and done with than leave it to the last little trot. And also, like, I mean, you can tell it's obviously not that sunny, but I was worried that it was going to be really sunny and get really hot and then be slogging it for the last bit. So anyway, it's turned out well. It's nice and cool. So we're happy.
Oh, that is really bad.
Perfect.
Oh, we just went to watch it. Yeah. And literally as we were driving out.
I thought that was a real bull just then. Pretty much 8 Ks. And now we're about to go to parkrun. It'll be 5. Quick snack. A lot of people at this one compared to the last one. Okay, we finished parkrun and we're almost at 14 Ks. So actually doing well. How are you feeling, Em? Good. Very good. All done. Oh, absolutely dead.
Oh, we've done it. That was hard.
Post 17K run. I feel like my brain is doing that thing where my nervous system isn't quite used to that amount of kilometers. So like some things that will take me like instantly no time at all to think about and make decisions, I've like been like, I need 5 minutes to process what you just said so I can make a decision. Which is what can happen with your nervous system sometimes when you're building that capacity and stretching it, especially with exercise and intense exercise. I went to the shops, I got some meat, however I got electrolytes and it's quite salty. I probably didn't dilute it enough, maybe that's very salty, which is good to rehydrate. And I'm gonna have a nap, to be honest, because we were up early. I forgot to mention we're going to a rodeo tonight, so we'll do some meal prepping. I'm gonna meal prep some slow cooked beef and some chicken stir fry, which I'm super excited about. The thing about being here with these girls doing the agency is that we're all very into meal prepping and having food for the week, and fueling ourselves for the exercise that we do. So it's been really good to have that around me and that environment, because environment is very important. Keep me on track with that. I'm very good with that usually on my own anyway. However, I haven't really fallen into any like, oh, you know, maybe I won't do it. Like, I've been very on point with it, so it's been perfect. I just set this up to do my hair and it's cute. Cute little setup. This hair regrowth is a serious issue. about to head to a rodeo soon, which is exciting. That's my second rodeo I've ever been to in my life. Giddy up.
The other day when our family
Cheers. Before.
Number 4 is a Hamlet Grand Raid. From the Brown Bennett, Satana Barrett, and Dirty Flood. These guys race.
On today's adventures, we are going to drive to Byfield National Park, which is just, oh my god, I've got a pimple, which is just up from Yeppoon, and we're going to do a walk from inland and then aim to end up at the coast on the beach. So that's going to be really fun. I'm really excited. So I'm about to head off and drive there now. Got my toe socks on, my creepers. It was so funny. Em just came in and was like, are they toe socks? And I was like, oh yeah, I forgot that not everyone wears toe socks. There's a method to the madness there for trail running, and they prevent blisters, and they're wool, so they dry really quickly. So we're driving to Byfields, and I've had to activate four-wheel drive mode. All these four-wheel drives are literally passing.
Oh no, there's a whole group.
It's embarrassing.
Yeah, just punch it straight through the middle.
So it turns out I didn't pay attention on all trails, but this track was actually 12 kilometres out one way and 12 back, not 12 altogether. There were also so many spiders on this track that we turned around quite early, as you'll see.
Me waving my stick around so that nothing
Harry Potter.
Yeah.
No, because if I swat it from side to side, it's gone either way.
No, but what if you accidentally pick it up and then like bring it across
Maybe
the
I
front
need
of
to
you?
go like this,
I reckon I can.
round in circles. Helicopter with spider away.
Expelliarmus.
Alright, 1.2 back.
So probably another 4 spiders.
Okay. Do we remember where they were?
So we turned around and came back because there was too many spiders. The safety concerns, so we're going to find a different hike. That took us 50 minutes to do 2.5 Ks. Right, time to lock in the four-wheel drives. So we ended up coming back into Yeppoon and doing this coastal walk, which was so much better, so much prettier, and much more calm, no spiders. Fun fact, this is the most southern end of the Great Barrier Reef and a great place for snorkeling, which next week we will be going to. For more travel nurse content and what we get up to on our days off as travel nurses, make sure you subscribe, like, and comment.